Hello and welcome to the special edition of Cricket Project Cup. We are in Ajman, not far off from the Sharjah Stadium, but at the same time, we are amidst an oasis of cricket grounds. We are surrounded by 8 floodlit stadiums, but more importantly, we have the guest in the house today, Atul Wassim, who's going to talk about the third day of the Border-Gavaskar Trophy, which you have a great...
Before that, I'm the guy who has seen the same very area with sand dunes and camels roaming a few years ago. You will not believe, look at this infrastructure. It's amazing and we're loving it. And you're seeing the cricket. It feels like you are in the Mecca of cricket. And it seems like England, but we are in the middle of desert and it's turned into an oasis.
Absolutely, an oasis of cricket grounds as we described it. But more importantly, what's happening with the Indian cricket today completely? They are 51 for 4th.
Yeah, you know what I was expecting something like this, but they actually, they flattered to deceive, because once they won the first test match, I thought, my God, we are there. And suddenly, this erratic performance leaves a bad taste, but Australia is this good. We knew that they're going to come back, and Indians also knew. But I think some clarity of thought when they're deciding teams and the 11, which is very heartening to see, that very mature. But suddenly some things, and I can say my opinion, but there are brilliant brains in that team. They've got management. But again, seeing Rohit Sharma bat at 6. He started there, but Rishabh Pant coming in ahead of Rohit Sharma when the chips are down, well, doesn't make sense, because at that point when the ball was still new and Rohit Sharma has been opening for India, why keep him till 6?
Absolutely.
Exactly. So I'm baffled by this.
Let's take a step. You're baffled because of the team's dilemma to put the top guys ahead or at the back. Just imagine the plight. Rishabh Pant is now coming in before the 20th over is bowled.
See, Rishabh Pant personally doesn't care. But the point is for the team thing. If Rishabh Pant is coming there, you are, putting Rohit Sharma back. Rohit Sharma is the opener. Suddenly, see, Rahul was struggling to find a place in the team. Suddenly, he is the one who actually has to be facing the red ball. Everybody's looking at him.
Absolutely.
So if he can't be replaced, put Shubman Gill one down. So he's the kind of guy who's going to play a lot of cricket and he should be able to adapt. But putting Rohit Sharma at 6 after Pant is not that why we are not doing well as batting. It is just something which doesn't seem right. And I think Rohit Sharma, because of not playing the first test match, came in, I can imagine, immediately coming in, opening the batting. But he should have been, because last match debacle, he should have changed this around. But now, in retrospective, when you say that, 2020 vision is something when you see something happening and then you say. Now it's very hard to save the match, because thank God the rain has come. But the way Australia, and also I was very happy when they got the Australian team out early today. Because sometimes you've seen the tail takes them through to 500 and then the match was gone. So now even this rain game, if they would have held on to the wickets, tomorrow also, if they do well, they have to prolong it. So that Australia has, if they get out too soon, then Australia will have plenty of time to bowl them out again. That's what I mean.
Who's deciding all this strategy? It's the wise men, right? Yeah. And many years ago, Elvis Presley famously saying, wise men say only fools rush in. I can't help.
And there's another thing. There are too many cooks in the kitchen, spoil the broth.
But tell me, too many cooks. At the same time, these cooks were handpicked by Gautam Gambhir. Just imagine. Abhishek Nair, you've got Mone Mokul, you've got Ren... I can't remember.
10 Dashkata. But you're saying these are the peripherals. The main team has got Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma. So they are part of the leadership group. You think the team is decided without their consent? No way. So everybody is on there. So it's not those days when one or two people used to say, but now the team management, they decide. Horse of courses, they have played there, done very well. So they are part of it. So it's this collective decision. But the blame, because if you win, you get the glory.
Absolutely.
So if you lose, you must get the big bats.
But tell me about it, the glory and the big bats. But one person needs to just raise his hand and say, hey, I think there's something wrong, and that has to be Gautam Gambhir. Do you think he's got the personality to own up to something?
He has, because I think if he were to raise his hand, then he will make sure that everybody follows. Because he's somebody who takes the call. But if he can say that I wanted this and this happened, and if he didn't want this and he let this happen, then also I don't believe that.
Right now, what you're seeing is the records of Gautam Gambhir as a coach. I think it's too early to judge, but 7 matches, 3 wins, 4 losses. 3 wins and 2 against Bangladesh.
So the point is that we have just lost to New Zealand and we won the first test match. So he more or less covered that series. And after that, he was like, okay. But now what happens, in totality, if you see, when you take the sample size, so from here on, if India just recovers, and even if they lose this match, so it's only the rain that can save us now.
Absolutely.
But going forward, I think now Australia is, they're above the ante. So now, aggressive Australia winning, and they know that you've got this cornered, because they can see the batting lineup and they can see that there's an issue there.
Right. The single-digit dismissal. When you look at Virat Kohli, he's got number 14 times in Test and ODI for his batting. Do you think he's going through a rough patch? Because Rohit Sharma is also going through the same.
So I'll tell you, in cricketers, we feel disappointed if you see the run of scores between 30-40-0. If you don't get a start and you get out, player also don't mind, because, okay, not by day. But once you get a start, you spend the time and then get out. If a big player, you'll see more often than not, if he gets a start, he will convert it. So getting these under 10 or they just, doesn't matter. I will be worried when he gets 30-14 gets out in a chain.
Right. So I think that's it. The show is called Cricket Predictor. We have an expert in the house who's played for India. In fact, his first delivery, he managed to get the wicket. Even Kapil Dev.
John Wright.
And Kapil Dev took that catch. I mean, just look at it. The beauty of that was, who was the second wicket?
No, Andrew Hudson.
Oh, yes.
And third was a great batch,
which the umpire refused to give out.
But I got him out 7 times in the series.
Lovely. But looking at single-digit dismissals, let's look at Rishabh Pant. They've managed to figure out the way he bats. I'm going to read a quote by the fact. Has Australia successfully figured out Rishabh Pant's weakness in the series, particularly with the over the wicket, across angle, which forces him to play straighter and exposes his dangled bat? Explain to our fans.
Yeah, it's quite technical, but I'm saying, once or twice you get successful with something doesn't mean that, that's going to happen, because he's the kind of player who everybody thought they've got it covered because of the way he backs. But he suddenly finds another angle to it.
First time in his life he's out single digit twice against Australia in a BGT. It's never happened before. That's why, have they figured him out?
I think the kind of pressure on him, or maybe the kind of status is being given to him. His job is to play down the order when the chips are down. When you're closer, you're trying to put him up when there's a problem there. And there are batters who are more equipped to handle that problem that time. And once that problem is sorted, then Rishabh will come and he will express himself. But you are putting him there, his natural game and his role is not that.
But his role is not that. The batter's role is there. Let's talk about Virat Kohli. Have they managed to sort him out in terms of the 5th and the 6th
Stop, yeah.
Isn't that a problem?
I think so. His game is like, if somebody has lasted for 15 years, in the periods in the middle when he is in bad form, people think, okay, we've got him covered. But the guy comes back. So you can't say that they found something, Because great players, even with their chink, they work on it to get better and then that chink is gone. So you can say that for a particular period, but it is not a kind of a thing.
His childhood hero, Sachin Tendulkar, managed to get it out and sorted. And he did not play that shot.
Let me tell you. I think no. Through that innings, Sachin Tendulkar, why is he great? Because he had such a bad tennis elbow, they could not pick up a spoon. Yes. And with the kind of heavy bat he plays with, his cricket was over because tennis elbow doesn't go.
1.67.
Right. So what he did was he started playing this shot using the right hand ball. Because his forte of the batting was like this, the power. And when the tennis elbow happened, you don't do that. So he started using his right hand. When you start using your right hand and then you tend to play cross. And that game, he became master. Then he got 600 after that. With that.
But look at the discipline, the military regiment of that man who did not score on the offside, refused to and score.
One innings.
Won that.
So that has become a legend now, because that worked out.
Against Australia, in Australia, scoring 200 runs. When he knew that if he would chase the offside ball.
So let me tell you, there's a theory, because we Indians, we play the short ball like this. Coach used to come behind it. If you play like this, because the balls will go. So in Australia, you have to play besides the ball, not behind the ball.
So that's an interesting thing. But the question now follows, and that's a fan very pithy as a big question. He says, if Virat Kohli can be so regimental about his non-veg, leaving the non-veg and the going to vegan right, can he not let go of the 5th and the 6th stump, chasing it out? Fan question. How would you respond to that?
See, eating something and not eating it, there's a time period. I have to control myself. But there is something called impulse. You know, when you should trigger to something, if I go like this, you'll go like this.
Yes.
Yeah. No matter how much I teach you not to be, evasive, suddenly go like this, you'll go like this. This is human reaction. So in spite of his control, in spite of this, there's something called instinct. And because of that instinct, he's become a player. So you're asking him, if he wouldn't have had that instinct, he wouldn't have become this player also.
Well, there was sharp talker, fast thinker Atul Wassan in the house talking about India's deplorable third day's performance. Let's see how the match is stocked up for the fourth day tomorrow. This is Sunil Yashkala signing off from Ajman Sports Club.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.